Welcome back. This is Reality Check. My voice is horrible this evening, but I'm talking anyway. So I have Jack and Becky Morton with me. They own Unique Inc. here in Marion, Illinois. But I must tell you, I see you on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and you've got a lot of followers all over the United States.
Yeah.
You guys don't just base yourself in Marion. You're constantly going and seeing and learning and observing, and he's getting tattooed by Grime. Who's Grime? Grimey?
He's a gentleman that's been around a really long time. He tattoos out of California. He's just a guy that just does amazing stuff. Like,
and
you
learned from one of the godfathers of tattooing.
Yep.
So
Which was who?
Ed Hardy.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so
Okay, now listen. When you hear the name Ed Hardy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, because lay people like me that aren't into the tattoo world and know what's legit and what's not. When I hear Ed Hardy, I think, oh, cute purses, perfume, clothes from the buckle. Ed Hardy.
That's sad. That's really sad.
I know, but that's all I know about him. But give me the history on Ed Hardy, for real.
So, okay, Don Ed Hardy was always interested in tattooing and drew on his friends, and then stopped. But felt like he needed to grow up. So then he went to school, went to art college, and then he decided that he needed to get back into what he was really interested in. So he started learning, and he tried to correspond with Sailor Jerry, just like the rum. Imagine that.
Right.
But so Sailor Jerry actually accepted him, which he did not.
And
accept
who's
a lot
Sailor
of
Jerry? Because we don't know.
Oh my gosh! Like, Sailor Jerry is also one of the founding fathers of tattooing. He had a shop in Honolulu during World War II.
Old school.
Yeah,
okay.
like
Original. Very traditional.
OG.
Yeah.
I should say traditional more than old
So
school.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to explain about Grimy, is that he comes from a lineage of tattoo artists.
Very respected in the community. I mean, this is a guy that to get my tattoo, and even with kind of the street credit.
Well, because I could tell you were excited. You're like, I've been tattooed by Grime.
Right.
It was a 3-year wait for him.
Wow.
He did my armpit for me. I'm actually after January. I'm gonna schedule another appointment with him. I got a larger piece on my lower back that we're gonna deal with. Getting tattooed by Grimy is definitely an experience. I mean, you're talking. It's funny because Grimy, when he was younger, was burned like pretty close to 90+% of his body.
Oh, wow.
So as a collector, you can't get tattooed by this individual and be a pussy, because I mean, you're getting tattooed by a guy that's been burned over 90% of his body. So you got to man up. But the guy is just such a gifted, talented, amazing human being. Like, it's hard to find that in this day and age in the world. You know, we travel a lot. We're around a lot of different people. Everybody's different,
So when you hear Ed Hardy and you hear me saying clothes, perfume, the buckle, that makes you cringe, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make me cringe. It just makes me, for me personally, it just kind of, it's a sad process that.
Do you feel like he's a sellout?
Not that he's a sellout in the sense.
Becky size.
It's because he, for 80% of me says yes, but at the same time, I have immense respect for him, and I just wish
because he is an artist.
Right, I just wish he didn't do that.
And he did a lot for the tattooing community. Like, if it wasn't for him, I don't think that it would be to the level that it is.
Kat Von D. They're shaking their heads.
No.
So for the average American that doesn't know the lineage and the history of tattooing,
right,
and they see Kat Von D, like my husband, thinks she's great.
Because she's got boobs and she looks a certain way, that's whatever.
So do you feel like they just plucked her out of the crowd? We can make you look pretty. We can use you as our prototype to get us money.
She's a malleable personality for studios. So, as is any tattoo artist that's on a reality show right now. So you've seen her work on TV. What do you think about her work? I think it's mediocre at best, especially for the
What makes a tattoo artist mediocre or a scratcher or phenomenal? How can you tell by looking at a tattoo on me? If I get a tattoo by Kat Von D right here, and one by Grime right here, and one by Becky Morton right here, can you tell?
Definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
What is the differentiation?
Style.
Just like handwriting. Like
style.
Yeah. You're going to know. Like the quality, the color.
It's like if women that love purses see a Walmart purse or a Coach purse Or a Gucci purse, they can say, that's the imitation and that's the real thing?
I think the difference would be even stronger than that.
Oh, wow.
Because you can tell by, like, line work and shading and how it's laid out, the design itself.
Now, you guys knew somebody that was initially on her show that you really had respect for. Like one of the girls, was it Sarah or somebody on there? And you said...
no.
Hallie?
Joe Capo.
No, one of the women that was originally
Hannah.
on there.
Hannah.
Yeah, and she seemed like a nice personality.
And Kim.
Both Kim Seg and Hannah both are amazing.
So it's not all just made for TV fake?
No, they're great tattooers. Kim is amazing. I think she's with Sean Barber, and they're both amazing. Sean is an immensely amazing artist within himself.
And they make it look like, hi, I'm going to come in. Hey, Kat, I think I want a piece like this. Come back in 10 minutes. We'll see ya. Is that legit? How many times does somebody come in with a beautiful piece and you draw it in 10 minutes?
Never.
Wish that was the case. I could make more money.
You can watch a tree grow in 30 seconds on television, too, you know.
So a lot of it is made for TV.
Yeah.
Everything we do in our shop is by appointment, and you're going to, we need time to draw. It's just how it is.
Right? Actually, tonight will be the first night that I don't have to draw something at 1 o'clock in the morning.
So. Oh, wow.
It just doesn't work that way. Rarely does she just pop off something in the shop unless it's something small.
Yeah.
Most of the time she's at home when we leave the shop. She's there all day long. She's doing her thing. Her drawings are ready for her clients. And then when we go home, we climb into bed. She'll sit there and draw for...
Draw.
But that's the gig, We're about art, and that's just kind of how it is in our shop. And we're willing to sacrifice us and our process to be able to make sure that everything's right for our clients, because we want people to leave with an amazing piece of art that we would be happy with wearing, leaving the shop with as they would, so it's very important, and on the same note, it's a business card, it's a calling card. When somebody sees that,
who did that?
Where'd you get that?
Right.
Yes. It's
we don't
important.
do any advertising at all. I don't need to.
So whenever you were a little girl, did you say, hi, I'm in kindergarten, and when I grow up, I want to be a tattoo artist?
No.
How did you fall into this field?
Actually, we came to Southern Illinois so Jack could get tattooed by a friend of ours who's a recluse out in the country. And
he moved down here from Chicago.
Yeah. And
so when you met Jack, was he heavily tattooed already, and were you?
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Were you?
No.
She didn't have a single tattoo.
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I didn't get tattooed until I was 21.
I'm like, look, if you want to get tattooed, that's cool. But let's do it the right way. I don't want you to travel my road.
So you guys came to Southern Illinois so Jack could get tattooed. And you weren't even in the realm of thinking, I might be a tattoo artist.
No.
How did it come to fruition?
I bring my sketchbook only because he gets tattooed all freaking day, so I was going to be bored. So I was sitting there drawing.
Were you an artist as a young child?
Yeah, I've always drawn.
But you never thought, let me get a needle and put this on somebody's
I felt like
skin.
that was something like, I don't know, like being a doctor or a lawyer or something. It's like, I don't know, like you have to be in the right family. You have to have the, like your road is set that way.
So what was your first tattoo you put on somebody? How did it come about? Scratcher.
The first tattoo I did was a half man, half cobra warrior on a friend of ours' forearm.
Now, was it something you did freehand, or was it something you drew and then you inked on?
He actually already had it, and it was like a mongoloid. So I fixed it.
Minger.
It was a little minger cobra.
The good thing about my partner was he was heavily tattooed already.
Yes.
So he knew how it felt. He knew the process, so he could help her.
Were you hooked? Did you love it?
I loved it, but I was really afraid of it. I had to hurt someone to do it.
Well, because to draw something on paper is a whole nother ballgame than to put ink onto skin, right? Isn't it kind of a moving canvas?
Yes, not just kind of. It totally is. And the most molecular level, it will run away from you.
So were you the first one to say, like, what do you call the first people you ever tattooed on, like guinea pigs? Like, do you look at the first several tattoos you did and say, that is some good stuff?
My sacrificial lambs.
Do you look and say, wow, that was a learning process, or that was good?
I look at it and think, I'm sorry.
But all good tattooers,
everyone starts somewhere, right?
She said, I look at it.
But you got to start start on the right note, though. You can't start on the wrong note. Like, for instance, somebody, like, I'll be honest, like, there's just somebody in this town, no formal training, no process of anything, thinks he's got it down. He has no process of anything.
And some people think if you're cool and you like to party a lot, that you should let them tattoo you.
Yeah.
No,
or
right. Yeah, but that's not.
we don't party at all. We
I
don't
think
go
that-
out. We don't do any of that. I mean,
Yeah.
we are too busy. I mean, we're about taking care of the shop
You
and
guys are
making
so
the
boring.
shop. We're
I'm
very
sorry.
boring.
The most eventful
But
thing
you know
about
what,
you is your
though?
color on
We're
your
boring, but I'll tell you
Right.
what. I got a hell of an art collection.
Absolutely. Well, you know, and like they say, whenever you come into your studio or your shop, it's like, oh my gosh, not only are you guys so colorful and have beautiful pieces on you, the art in the place is amazing.
And it's from all over the United
Well,
States,
and it's-
all over, even Australia. I have stuff from Australia. I got it from everywhere.
Well, and a lot of people think, I'll just go into this tattoo shop and they'll do whatever I want. It doesn't matter if I'm drunk or messed up or 12 or 80 or a molester or whatever. It is the most professional, clean place in the world. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I almost feel like, I need to like set up a little straighter or whatever, because we're going to come in here. But the pieces of art on the wall are amazing.
Thanks.
And they're from all over. Like
Yeah.
you draw some,
Yeah.
Yep.
you buy some.
Uh-huh. And some are
Yep.
gifts to us.
Gifts.
Well, and some
A lot
people
of it's
come in and go in the
gifts.
bathroom and steal some.
Yeah. That's
Seriously?
it. Yes.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate piece to be taken
Yeah.
too.
Oh, can I say your name on the air?
No. Let's just let it. It's just one of those things where
I'll put it in my blog.
it's it was a piece that was custom done for me. It was a small piece. And it was stolen one time before that, and I put it right back there, which I wished I wouldn't have.
Know better.
But
Should know better.
it's people are there's
Survey what's in the
scumbags out
bathroom
there.
now at Unique.
So now what's in the bathroom, unfortunately, we put stuff in there that whatever. It's
You
just
either
prints.
can't fit it in your purse.
I keep
or,
all the
yeah,
real
it's just a
stuff
print.
away
No, but
from
I
that.
can't believe you don't just walk in usually. Like people are like, I have an appointment with Becky in 2 weeks. I can't wait. You know, when I decided I want to get my removal, and I'm like, oh, I'll just walk in, and they're like, Jack's out of town. He's getting tattooed. He's at a show. He's busy.
Right.
He'll be back in April.
We're busy.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yep. This is the most
Whoa.
I've been home in a really long time.
Right. Well, it's only because it's winter time.
Yeah.
but I
we're
didn't
on the
realize,
road.
like, I was like, oh my gosh, there's Becky, and it's in a magazine. Like, her work's in a magazine. Oh my gosh, they're talking about Jack. Like, the tattoo world is like a whole nother realm in the universe.
It's a microcosm. Yeah.
It really is.
Well, there's the tattoo community, and then there's the tattoo community.
Ooh.
It's
The
like-
tattoo
it's like a
community
pyramid,
is a small
right?
community.
It's like the
Right.
bottom is held up by a whole lot of fecal matter.
Okay.
And then you have people that try really hard and they're trying to go up to the top. And at the top, then you have people that are just really at their peak and they're really trying. And those people are all sharing with each other and trying to help people come up as well.
Right.
To a certain degree.
Well-
Some people we don't want to help because
That's-
Jason
they're at the
Butcher.
bottom.
I started following Jason Butcher because I saw some of his stuff. The things that guy does on people's body looks real.
Mhm.
No, I mean, like, I almost feel like I can put my hand inside of it. And I'm like, if Jack and Becky think this guy's awesome, this guy must be awesome because this looks like I could put my hand into it. And forget about the prison stuff because, like, they're, like, tattooing each other's eyeballs
you think
and
he's
stuff.
good, you
Oh.
should see Nick Baxter.
It's a phenomenal art. I may not necessarily want to put it on me.
Right.
Or have
Not for
my-
everybody.
Right. But you can appreciate it.
Oh, whenever I started seeing things that you guys did, once I got in there and started getting like an appreciation for it, it is art and it is phenomenal. And the body really does become a canvas. And it's just a whole nother realm rather than give me my party dot. Or I'm in prison, tat me up with a swastika or a gang sign or whatever. Just like with anything, there's a way to be trashy and there's a way to be classy.
Right.
Right.
You guys are first class. I love it.
Thanks.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Becky did something on me. Jack is taking something off of me, and I wouldn't trust anybody else. And, you know, you hear people say, hey, look what I got. And I'm like, oh, goodness, what's that supposed to be? And they're like, it's supposed to be a such and such. And I'm like, where'd you go? Obviously not to you guys. I don't want to run anybody in the ground on the air.
Right.
But obviously not to you guys. Ouch. So you really do. Anybody that's 18 or 16 or 70, if you want a piercing or if you want a tattoo, you really do need to do some research and do your homework.
And we try to
because-
help people do research.
Well, and the first time I came in for one of the removals, you know, my 18-year-old coolness that I wanted gone, there was a girl and a guy. They were like an 18 and 20-year-old boyfriend and girlfriend that drove 3 hours to have Jack remove a profanity off her knuckles that she did at a party. She was like, I'm a cheerleader in high school, and we just got really drunk, and I thought, wow. But it really, it's a painful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's an
It's
expensive.
meant to be,
Ooh, it is.
and it should be.
Okay, I want to switch gears here because I know Jack's a gun fanatic. We have to
I'm
take
not a fanatic.
Well, you're not a fanatic. You just have an arsenal of guns and love to talk about it.
I don't know about an arsenal.
He's not private. A lot of people want to hear about it, but they don't want to talk about it because they're shy. Right. And you will. We have to take a quick break. I'm Monica Zukas. This is Reality Check. I have Jack and Becky Morton with me from Unique Inc. Stay with us. We'll be right back.